principal had let me know that they were needing some school counselors to go to another school because there was a threat that took place yesterday. Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And as y'all can already tell from the title down below, we are going to be getting into another Talk It Out week review, where I'm going to be sharing with you guys the ins and outs of my week, from 504s to individual counseling, small groups, to even lessons that I've taught, and just different things that I encounter in a week. And so hopefully it will encourage you all out there that are, in this profession, and you might just need a little bit of boost. Maybe you are a first-time school counselor and you're just like, I want to know what to expect. Well, these videos will be able to give that to you. I did this last year, and so I'm just like, hey, you know what? Why not try to get in the groove of trying to do this? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I want to talk to you guys about my week. My week was a crazy week, okay? A lot of things going on. First, we could start with Monday. Now, I would say Monday was an abnormal day, all right? Because usually when it's the first day of school, I am just waiting to be called on the walkie-talkie, or some kid just crying that I want to go home, and so having to comfort them and do some counseling with them. But you guys, the first day of school went like totally normal for the most part. I think I only had like maybe one or two kids that I had to actually comfort, but really I didn't have to do really much. I know like one kid in particular, which he didn't want to go to school. I was able to walk with him down to his class and got in the classroom, and when he seen other students, he sat right down and was ready to do whatever the teacher was doing. And this is actually a student that I worked with last year. Every time he would come in, him and his brother, and they would just have a hard time adjusting and being ready for school and, ready to start work. And so I would first take him to my room for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. And we would do, something in there, and then they will be ready to now transition into the classroom. So I kind of expected this from him. I just forgot that he was coming to this school this year. And so, yeah, but he adjusted well. I didn't even have to bring him to my classroom. And the other person that had to help, which it was really, I didn't have to do nothing. I was just like, it's going to be all right. First day of school, you got this. And that was like the only pep talk that student needed, and that student was fine. So Monday was just like really smooth, and I'm happy about that. I'll probably even show you guys a clip of a little bit of me getting ready for that process, and then we'll come back here so I can tell you some more about my week. Hey you guys, so it is school day for the students. So I am getting myself ready. I actually woke up about maybe around 5:50 this morning, or maybe 5:51 if I want to be exact. But now I'm trying to get myself together so I can be ready to go. Right now it's 6:05. I need to get out of here by 6:15 because I have a 49-minute drive, and be there by 7:15. I'm actually going to be there before 7:15, so now I'm just putting on my makeup. All right, y'all, it is time to go. All right, you guys, so I am in the car, getting ready to head down to my good old primary school. To back up out of here. So it has been a busy morning, from getting the kids, into their classroom, to calling parents. It has been a busy morning for me, and they worked on my computer this morning, so everything should be good and working on my board for whenever I do my interactive guidance lessons. So right now we are on lunch, and I'm just going to be doing some work on my computer. There's a lot of different things I need to get done, especially scheduling. I also need to do my 504 meetings. I have to set that up and also put them on Ed Plan. So I'm going to be working on quite a few things, you guys. I wanted to show you what I added on the top of my shelves. So of course this is my sink area, but I added these little stuffed animals and some books on top of that shelf. And then on this side, I just added some books at the top that highlights different things. So this just brings a little bit of color and kind of fills in that emptiness that was up there at the top. I just wanted to show you guys that. Today has flown by. It is already 3:35 and I still have plenty of things that I need to do and get done. But the first day was great. Everybody did well. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. So the next thing, Tuesday, you guys, I don't even know what happened Tuesday. I believe it was a good day Tuesday as well, just helping the kids get adjusted. Also, I forgot to mention Monday was our half day, so the kids only came from like 8 to 11:30, then they all went home. Tuesday was the first full day of school, and so getting those kids to kind of adjust being there all day went really well as well. We didn't get really hardly no calls for anything. I know I might have had to talk to, if I remember correctly, I had to talk to one student in particular. This same student I have talked to before from last year, and it was just helping him get adjusted as well. There were some things that he was doing, and I was able to even talk to his teacher to try to come up with a plan to help him be successful in class. His issue is more of a behavior type of issue and not wanting to do work and screaming in class. And so me and her kind of tried to, and I actually tried to talk to her about trying to put together a reward system, because I already know that that's something that we're going to have to put in place with him. It might be that he needs a little bit more services. I'm going to really keep my eyes open on him to kind of just see, okay, how's everything going? But I will also keep you guys up to date, because you will run into that, especially if you're working in an elementary school setting. You're going to have students where they are going to be defiant. They are not going to want to do any work. And so it's important for you as a school counselor to come up with some type of plan or a reward system or something that can motivate that child. Now, will that work all the time? You know, probably not. It just depends on the student. But just know that if what you put together don't work, doesn't mean you're a bad school counselor. Doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. It just means, hey, we're just going to have trial and error until we fix it and until we figure out what's going on. So that's the approach that I actually take when I'm working with students that's dealing with such things such as behavior issues. And at some point, I will talk to you guys about how to deal with different behaviors that you might experience as a school counselor and working with students. But I just kind of want to continue to do my research and continue to see how I do with the students at my school, because I have a lot of behavior issues that I deal with at my school from last year, and it looks like there's going to be some this year with some students. But as I build those experiences, I will soon be sharing that with you guys and sharing with you guys what worked and what didn't work, and so that we all can learn from each other. So Tuesday, that is pretty much how that day went. It was a long, beautiful day with the students. Wednesday, you guys, I woke up, drove to work. I seen some teachers that were outside, but of course I didn't pay any mind, because I'm thinking, okay, they were just talking and everything like that. I get my key to open up the school door, and I noticed, you guys, that all the lights are out. The power is out. So as I walk in and I see that there's also some teachers on the inside, finally, we get to talking. Of course, the power is out and kids are not going to be able to go to school. So we all just stood outside. I think I probably got to the school maybe about 7:09, I don't know, 7:15. I can't even remember what time I got to the school. But we basically stayed outside from like 7:15 all the way to like, well, for me, it was until like 7:50, maybe 8 o'clock, where we was trying to let parents know as they were coming, hey, school is closed. You know, there was no school today because we had a power outage, which was very like, wow, like what in the world? A crazy, like I said, a crazy week. And so I did that for a little bit. And then my principal had let me know that they were needing me to go to another school because there was a threat that took place the day before, and they were calling for other school counselors from around the county to come and help counsel the students there. And so I had to leave my school and go to the other school to help counsel students. And you guys, let me tell you, you will find where, especially when you're dealing with things such as a crisis that's happening at another school, you might just be the one that they call for you to go and help counsel, so that there can be enough helping hands to be able to service, all those students and giving them the help that they need. And I've actually experienced that before. And I actually did a clip talking about that on the day that I was there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that as well. It's actually a crazy third day of school today. Woke up this morning, of course, head to the school. When I got there, I seen some teachers outside. And then when I finally opened the door to the building, the power was out. So we had a power outage. It might have took place last night. So this morning, all the teachers, all of us as the parents were coming to drop the kids off, we actually had to tell them that the school is closed for the students because if there's no power, they can't learn. They're not going to be able to eat and stuff like that. At the same time, my principal had let me know that they were needing some school counselors to go to another school because there was a threat that took place yesterday, and a lot of students are shooken up by it. In fact, there's a lot of students that did not show up today at that particular school, but they were needing some school counselors to come, as well as some mental health professionals to come and just help out with any students that needed someone to talk to. So my principal had let me know that, and I ended up going. You will find that sometimes that this will happen, especially when there has been a traumatizing event that took place at a particular school. They might call for other school counselors as well as mental health professionals to come out to be that support for the faculty and staff and the students. So you basically just go there and you're there to help counsel and just console and kind of just be that strength. And so that's something that you can, hopefully you wouldn't have to experience a crisis where you would have to go and do this, but you just never know. That is something that you just have to keep in mind, that you might be a school counselor that needs to go to another school to help counsel students if they don't have enough hands. So I actually experienced this before when I was doing my internship. At the time I was doing my internship at a high school, and there was a teacher that died that worked at a middle school there, and they were calling for the school counselors in the county to go to that middle school to help with the students and comfort them and counsel and be of help. And so I was able to see that take place already. And so when my principal told me today, it just I was able to go back on that time and was like, hey, I remember doing this during my internship. So I was grateful, very grateful for that experience during my internship, because that helped me to know, okay, what to expect. And whenever I'm put in this position like today, to do the same things. I ended up going there, and I think it was about 70% of the students that showed up that day. And so, of course, you have the 30% of students that, was not there. And let me tell you, I was able to talk to a couple of kids. We didn't get too many kids that utilized that opportunity, but that's okay. Some of them are still shooken up and they don't know how to express their feelings. Some of them don't know that they need to talk to somebody until a couple of days ago, because this is still yet fresh for some students. And then you will find where some of the students that needed the counseling did not show up that day. And so that's also why we weren't able to see as many kids. But the fact that we were still there and we showed up and let the kids know that, hey, we're here for you. And so I was so happy to be called and being able to be a part of that experience. And like I shared with you guys already in the clip before, I already had that experience when I was in my internship. Me and my school counselor supervisor had to go to a middle school because a teacher had passed away. And I remember specifically talking to one of the students at that time, and they were sharing with me that they felt really bad that that teacher had passed away, because I guess that day before they were giving that teacher a hard time. And so knowing that the next day that they come and that teacher's not there, that student was feeling really, really bad. But yeah, you guys, trying to deal with something like that was like, wow. It was really mind-blowing and a great, great, great experience. And I truly believe that that experience had prepared me for, what I had to do on Wednesday. So that is how my Wednesday looked. And it actually did not have school at all, so no one didn't have to stay at the school. So after I was done with doing what I need to do and counseling students at that school, I was actually able to go straight home. And yeah, that's pretty much how my Wednesday went. I forgot to say Tuesday is when I did my lessons with my second grade, first grade. Our kindergarten actually they're staggered. They come staggered. So they didn't start coming to school until Thursday and Friday. So I didn't have to teach a kindergarten class, but I did have to teach second grade and first grade. And so that's what I did on Tuesday. And that went really well. Like I shared with you guys before in videos past. The first week of school, I just cover meeting the school counselor, and then I talk about the school store and the lessons, and I covered those things. And so Thursday, I just taught lessons as well, covering the same things with second and first grade. And I still yet did not get a chance to do kindergarten because I actually had to meet with a parent that had a concern for a student that needed a 504. And so I was able to have a meeting with that parent to get a 504 meeting set up, and also to discuss, because there was something that took place on the bus with another student from another school. So I was able to talk to them about that, or they were able to talk to me about that, and we were able to just take steps on trying to figure out who that was so that we can let the other school know so that it can be on their radar. And Friday, you guys, I was just happy that it was Friday and we were able to just say, okay, we survived the first week of school, weekend, and then we start back on Monday. If I could say a jewel of my week, it would definitely be being able to teach lessons to the students, and letting them know about me, as well as them sharing a little bit about themselves to me as well, and just getting them hyped up about the school store. A lot of them already knows about the school store because I did it last year, and I mean, these kids are hyped. They are ready. And so I was really happy to be able to do that with the students, and that would be my jewel of the week. So I want to know, what is your jewel? What was your jewel if school has already started for you? And if it has not started for you yet, then what is something that you're looking forward to when school starts? All right, I am not going to hold y'all any longer than what I've already have. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, I'll see you guys next time.